What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful fight fans across the world? And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my top 5 saddest downfalls in UFC history. And let me just get to something straight. I'm not an old head, so you won't see nobody like BJ Penn or Anderson Silva on this list because, like, bro, we're talking about the modern era here, okay? The modern era of the UFC. The last couple 5-7 years when everybody was watching after Conor McGregor. Okay, we're not out here trying to act like I'm an OG. I was watching UFC since I was 3 years old. I wasn't. All right, I wasn't watching since I was 3. But let's get into my personal top 5 saddest downfalls in UFC. Let's get into my honorable mention first, though. Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa, man. 4-fight losing streak. Just lost to Tybura. Lost to Volkov before that. Lost to Sergey and then Sirogan. Like, bro, really bad. 4-fight downfall is really bad, man. And I'm pretty sure he got finished in all 4 of those losses. So even an extra stain on that loss streak. But the reason why Tai Tuivasa is my honorable mention is because I believe he can come back and start winning again. Out of everybody on this list, he can come back and start winning again. He has a good chance against Rosenstrike. I think so. I think he could go out there and knock out Rosenstrike because Tai Tuivasa, like, I don't know. I don't see Rosenstrike as good as Sergey or as good as Sirogan. I think Tai Tuivasa can go put it on Rosenstrike. So that's why he's my honorable mention, because I think he can come back and get a dub. I think he can come back and knock out Rosenstrike, and then we'll be on the Bam Bam hype train once again. We'll see him get the shoey. We'll see him drink the beer out the shoe. We'll be on top again, all right? Bam Bam squad on top. But regardless, why do I keep saying that? I have to stop saying that. Literally, I'm addicted to saying that. It's the worst thing ever. But let me get into my real top 5, okay? Dominick Reyes, man. Dominick the Devastator Reyes. The only reason why he's in number 5 is because he just got a win against Dustin Jacoby. He's the only guy on this list that is coming off a win, which is, like, really sad to say. But Dominick Reyes, he goes out there, arguably beats the GOAT of this sport, John Jones. Arguably beats him. I think he did beat him 3-2. He beat him 3-2. And then goes on a 3-fight KO losing streak. Gets KO'd by Yuri, then gets KO'd by Jan Blachowicz, then gets KO'd by Ryan Spann, man. Oh my god. But at least he came back and got that dub against Dustin Jacoby, at least, but I don't think he's gonna beat anybody else. Dustin Jacoby's just he's like decent. He's not that good. Hopefully Dominick Reyes comes and compiles a couple of wins together. Maybe gets his get back for that lightweight strap. Goes and beats Alex Pereira somehow. Imagine that. No, but I'm just hoping for the best. But at least he's coming off a win. That's why he's in the number 5 spot. But yeah, Dominick the Devastator Reyes, number 5. Let's get into the number 4 spot on the list. Triple C, man. Henry Cejudo was a double champ, was an Olympic champion, goes out there, destroys Dominick Cruz, and then has the weirdest retirement of all time. Probably, if I made worst retirements list on, like, if I made a top 5 worst retirements, he would probably be number 1, because then he comes back 2 years later to fight Aljamain Sterling, and I think he did lose 3-2. I think so. It was a close fight. He put up a good fight against Aljo. But then he loses 3-2 to Aljo. Just not a good look. You just can't come back and lose to the champ like that. And then he goes and fights Aljamain Sterling's boyfriend, Merab, and gets embarrassed by Merab. He had success in the first round. He rocked Merab a little bit. But other than that, like, this is all I have to show right here. This is all I have to show for Henry Cejudo's downfall. Just this picture right here, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, but let's just stop talking about Henry Cejudo. He can come back and get a dub. If he comes back and gets a dub, he won't be on this list. But just the fact that he was a double champ, he could have went on his way to be one of the, like, GOATs of the sport, literally, but then goes and loses to Aljamain and Merab. Really not a good look. Not a good look. But let's get into the top 3, my personal top 3 saddest downfalls in UFC right now. Beneil Dariush, man. He just got KO'd by Arman Tsarukyan, and before that, he got KO'd by Charles Oliveira, man. The Arman Tsarukyan KO was like, you can tell that his chin is not the same after getting KO'd by Charles Oliveira. This is literally how it was, because he just, like, ate a straight down the pipe and just went out. It was really bad. But before that, who did he beat? He beat, like, Gamrot. He beat a lot of great guys. People were saying this is the guy that's gonna go and dethrone Islam Makhachev. Isn't that insane? Gamrot was one of Islam's biggest threats, and Beneil beat him in his third fight ago. But now, is Beneil do you see Beneil Dariush beating anybody? Like Rafael Fiziev would beat him up, maybe even Renato Moicano, like anybody. Jalen Turner would eat his lunch probably. It's really sad. It's really sad because Beneil Dariush, he was on an 8-fight winning streak, waited for the title fight for so long, gets his title contender fight against Charles Oliveira, and then just loses really badly. It's really bad. Really bad, man. He worked so hard for so long, and then he just loses like that to Charles Oliveira. Even though I was happy to see Charles Oliveira win that fight, still, man, it's just sad that Beneil had to be on the butt end of that. Because Beneil's a cool dude. He is a cool dude. He's not a bad dude at all. He's never like an annoying dude in the UFC. He's just a dude that goes out there and compiled some wins. He just doesn't get the love he deserves because he's not a big name. But it just sucks because literally people were saying this is the Islam Makhachev killer right here. This is Islam's kryptonite. But now do you see this guy being anybody in like the top 10? I really don't. I really don't see him being anybody. But he could come back and beat somebody. I hope he does because he shouldn't go out like that. He really shouldn't because he deserves more than that. He got a lot of good wins in the UFC. A lot. But let's get into my top 2, man. Oh my god, this one hurts me the most. Alexander the Great Volkanovski, man. Alexander the Great Volkanovski. The featherweight GOAT. The featherweight GOAT. That's why he can't be number 1 because he was a champ for so long and he was the GOAT. But that's why it hurts even more also because bro is the featherweight GOAT. And then he goes and he beats Islam Makhachev. He literally beat Islam pound for pound number 1 right now. In the first fight, he beat him, okay? Can we just talk about it? He beat him. He beat Islam in that fight. I rewatched it literally right before this video. He beat Islam 3-2. Gets robbed in that fight. And then goes and beats Yair in the middle of that. And then gets a short notice fight against Islam. 11 days. He was skinny. He was fat before that fight. He was drinking a lot. And then he gets head kick KO'd by Islam, bro. Head kick KO'd in the first round, man. In the first round. 11-day short notice fight. He gets head kick KO'd, man. Really sad. And then he wants to go fight Ilia Topuria like 3 months after. One of the biggest power punchers in the UFC. Why, Volk? Why, man? I'm literally the dude from Interstellar telling his daughter not to leave, man. Oh my god, because why are you taking the short notice fight and then why are you fighting Ilia so fast? You can wait. You're the featherweight GOAT. Nobody's telling you to rush in there. Only you want to rush in there, man. Alexander Volkanovski, one of my favorite fighters, so this one hurts even more to see him like this. And who is he going to come back and fight? He's going to come back and fight Ilia Topuria? Oh my god, I do not want to see that. I do not want to see Volk get KO'd by Ilia Topuria again, man. Just Volk, take a year off. And just come back and just come back against it. Maybe fight Aljamain Sterling. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just please, Volk. I don't want to see you go out like this again, man. Please. I know he's taking his time off. He's doing the right thing now. But, man, I do not want to see you go out like that, man. You have to come back and get a dub at least. I need to see another Volkanovski masterclass like he did against Max. This guy beat Max Holloway 3 times. 3 times. Even though the second fight's a little iffy still. 3 times, man. This guy beat Jose Aldo. Oh my god. Beat the Korean Zombie. Beat Brian Ortega. This guy Volkanovski was a beast. He beat Islam Makhachev. Insane. And now we don't even think this guy can come back and get a win. The UFC, this is just the sport, man. You could be at the top and one day you're at the bottom, man. You're as good as your last fight. That's how it is. And his last fight, he got KO'd by Ilia Topuria. So what else can I say, man? What else can I say? But the number 1 saddest downfall in UFC recent history. I think you guys can guess who it is. I think it's pretty obvious. Tony Ferguson, man. El Cucuy. What else is there to say? He just lost to Paddy Pimblett, bro. We don't even have to talk about the losses before that. Bobby Green. Oh my god. Michael Chandler. Everybody before that was at least decent. A really good fighters. But then he loses to Bobby Green and Paddy Pimblett. Oh my god. Is he going to even beat Michael Chiesa? I don't think he does. Michael Chiesa might be too big for him. This guy was the Khabib killer, man. He was Khabib's kryptonite. The fight that never happened. The fight that we were robbed of. Oh my god, man. Imagine if he went out there and beat Khabib. He was on a 12-fight winning streak in lightweight. Who else put up a winning streak like that? Oh my God, Tony Ferguson versus Khabib was the fight to make, and that shit never happened, man. I needed to see that just so we can have some closure. Even if he lost to Khabib, at least we would know, like, oh my God, at least he fought. At least they fought. But we don't even know. We don't even know if he could have won. He probably could have went out there and beat Khabib. He was Khabib's worst matchup at the time, for sure. His worst matchup at the time. But then goes, and now he's on a 7-fight losing streak. Probably gonna be 8. Bro, why are you doing this to us, Tony Ferguson, man? Why are you doing this to us? You're one of the most beloved fighters in the UFC. You're like one of the weirdest dudes, one of the funkiest dudes in just the way you act, just the way you talk. And now we have to see you go on this losing streak and probably going to lose to Michael Chiesa too, man. Oh my God. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to talk about Tony Ferguson more because it just makes me sad. Not as sad as Volk, but it makes me pretty sad also. Him and Volk are the ones that make me the most sad because Tony Ferguson, I just see this guy get battered every time. He's an old man now. Look at him. Look at him. He's an old man. Stop fighting, man. Please, go fight somebody. Give him an easy fight, Dana. Give him an easy fight a layup fight so he can just go out on a win like Robbie Lawler. God damn, why you gotta make bro go out like that? Oh my God. But thank you all for tuning into this video. Let me know what you thought of my top 5 saddest downfalls list. Let me know if you agree with my list. We hit 40 subs recently. Thank you guys so much. We're going to run it up to 100. We're going to hit 100 soon. I believe in y'all. Thank you all for supporting. Leave a like, subscribe. Put it down in the comments what you thought about my list. If you disagreed, if I was missing anybody on my list like Cody Garbrandt. But Cody Garbrandt got a couple wins recently, so that's why he wasn't on this list. But let me know. If I was missing anybody. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.